Hello, good day everyone, no? So, for today's video, no, sa lecture natin ito, we will discuss the sociological and anthropological view of the self. So, last meeting, no, we have discussed already the philosophical view. So now we will tackle about the sociological view naman. So, to give you a background what sociology is. So, sociology is basically the study of how human society is established, its structure, and how it works. Tinatry nito to investigate the people's interaction with each other and the effects that they have to one another. So basically, ikaw as an individual has effects towards other people. May epekto ka sa ibang tao at yung ibang tao naman, meron din silang epekto sa inyo. Okay? So, yan ang tinatry na study ng sociology. So, sociology posits that socially formed norms, beliefs, and values. So, once we say norms, ito yung mga practices, mga nakagisnan, diba? Beliefs, yung mga paniniwala nyo according to your specified culture, at saka yung mga values nyo come to exist within the person to a degree where this become natural and normal. So, yung initially, no, yung self natin, uh, parang wala, para siyang blank slate, or itong ikumpara natin sa uh, idea ng tabula rasa. Pero, over time, because of our beliefs, na nakuha natin sa ating kultura, because of the norms, the practices that we learn from our family, our culture, no, uh, eventually, ito ay parang nagiging natural natin. Okay? Ito yung parang nagiging identity mo as a person. Okay? So, ang focus natin, no, for this lecture, no, is the modern societies. Okay? So, kasi nasa modern age na tayo. Okay? So, modernization significantly changed the society because it improved people's living conditions. So, I think you are probably aware naman na through technological advances, no, parang nagiging madali din yung uh, the life of a person. Okay? For example, the convenience of communication, di ba? Before, napakahirap mag-text, napakahirap send ng message dahil kailangan pang email, kartero, yan. Kailangan pang isulat, no? Papadaanin mo pa sa postal office. Ngayon, madali na lang kasi pwede na tayong mag-text, call through our phone, tsaka messenger, diba? Napakadali lang. So, as community become more modernized, no, stability or the adherence to tradition also decreased. Diba? Napapansin nyo yung in our modern era, no, parang the traditions parang hindi na siya masyadong nasusunod. Okay? So, although meron din tong kaakibat na improvement, yung freedom of how and where to live is also increased. Well, we have in this modern age, we have this freedom na to choose what path we should take on, diba? Kasi i-discuss natin yan dahil merong apat na characteristics of modernity. Okay? So, these four characteristics of modernity is according to Giddens. No? So, first characteristic is industrialism. So, Once we say industrialism, it's the extensive use of material power and machinery in all processes. So basically, ito yung paggamit ng mga machine sa paggawa ng mga bagay-bagay. So for example, kung before nagsasaka, nagfa-farm through kalabaw, 'di ba? Uh, dapat may kalabaw na mag-aararo sa farm. Okay, para tapos ngayon meron ng mga tractor, 'di ba? Parang mas madali nang mag-farming ngayon. So before kailangan mano-mano pa ang pagdidilig. Okay? Ngayon, meron ng parang system of water system na parang sprinklers na lang. Tapos wala ka nang masyadong effort sa pag water ng crops, di ba? For example, yung sinabi ko kanina, no? Yung messaging, okay? Means of communication, talagang nag-improve kasi we can just message anyone, even sa malayong distansya, no, through the use of our cellular phones, our smartphones, di ba? Napakadali. As long as meron kang kahit wala kang ang load, pwede ka lang mag-free data, pwede ka lang mag-send ng message, di ba? So next naman, characteristic is capitalism. So ito yung commodification of products and labor power. So once we say, basically capitalism is just this system that everything has its own price. May kaakibat na presyo ang lahat ng bagay. Okay? So I think you're aware naman sa mundong ito, okay, wala nang libre, no? Kahit mga ballpen nyo, mayroong kaakibat yan na presyo, yung mga notebook nyo, no? May presyo yan, diba? Tapos binili ng mga magulang ninyo. Meron even your education, yung mga services, okay? Education, meron kayo tuition fee binabayaran para makapag-aral kayo, okay? Services, trabaho naman, yung pagtuturo ko, 'di ba? Meron din itong kaakibat na salary, okay? Kapalit ng pagtuturo ko sa iyo, meron akong sweldo, okay? Next naman is the characteristic of institutions of surveillance. Ito yung massive increase of power of institutions katulad ng ating gobyerno, okay? So I think any society naman meron talagang nag-govern, okay, nag-oversee sa any community, any society, meron talagang namamahala, okay, para maging okay yung flow ng community natin, okay? Imagine a world without government, walang namamahala, di ba? Parang napaka-chaotic nun. Okay? So, next naman is dynamism. So, ito yung having vigorous activity and progress. So, this makes us live free from predetermined path. So, everything is subjected to change. So, basically, ito nagsasabi yung dynamism, meron kang freedom to choose how you live, no? Before, I think in ancient Egyptian culture, no, ancient Egyptian civilization, no, meron silang caste system, 'di ba? 'Di ba? Kapag meron silang classes of citizenship, no, merong kalahi ng royalties ng mga pharaoh, tapos next naman yung workers, merchants, tapos yung pinaka-bottom is the slaves. Okay? Are the slaves rather. So ito yung talagang alila. So before, kung nabelong ka sa ancient Egyptian civilization, kung pinanganak kang slave, okay, mamamatay kang slave. Okay? So right now, you have the power to change that. Okay? Kung ngayon, initially pinanganak kang mahirap. So, through education, through hard work, diba? Pwede mo yang ma-change. Okay? Pwedeng umangat, umasenso yung buhay nyo. Okay? Hindi na automatic kapag nasa mababa ka, uh, mababa ka na forever. Okay? Pwedeng, pwede nang mabago yan. Pwede namang the other way around. So, for example, mayaman ka, tapos wala kang care sa world, no? Hindi ka nag-aral na mabuti, or grabe yung pagwawaldas mo ng pera ng walang pakialam, okay? Pwede kang actually bumaba ng financial status mo. So, maghihirap ka, di ba? So, anything is subjected to change. Okay? Yan yung concept of dynamism. So, in a society, no, meron tayong tinatawag na social group. So, once you say social group, basically ito yung having two or more people interacting with one another with similar characteristics. So, basically, yung group of friends mo, yan, isang yung social group. Yung family mo, isa yung social group. Okay? Pwede naman din yung classmates mo. Okay? Pwede yung social group. So, basically, talagang grupo na may similar shared interest. Okay? Shared similar characteristics. Okay? So, sa social network naman, ito yung the ties or connections that link a social group. Okay? So, kapag may social group, meron din social network. Kasi, yung social network, ito yung nagko-connect sa members ng isang grupo. Okay? So, for example, yung social group mo, family. So, what bonds you together to stay together? It's your blood relation. Okay? Kasi kadugo kayo. You're related by blood. So, yun ang social network nyo. Ito yung nagli-link sa inyo. Yung sa French, yung barkada nyo naman, okay, ang nagli-link sa inyo is your friendship. Okay? So, basically, social group, ito, two or more people interacting with one another. Yung social network naman, ito yung ties or connection. Okay? Next, meron tayong dalawang uri ng social group. So, this is according to George Simmel, no? So, first type of social group, meron tayong organic social group. Okay? Yung organic social group is naturally occurring. So, it's highly influenced by the family. So, no? Yung example ng organic group is family. Yan. Kasi, natural yan. Kapag pinanganak ka sa pamilyang iyan, yan yung automatic mo na organic group. Okay? It is motivated by organic motivation and basically rootedness kung saan ka nagmula. Okay? Sa rational group naman, it is made up of different people with shared interest. So, yung rational group, it is comprised with iba't ibang tao, okay? Iba't ibang members, iba't ibang tao with shared interests. So, for example, yung friends nyo, okay? Hindi naman kayo blood related, pero nagkakasundo kayo into something. So, for example, you like drawing, no? Or you like playing games like Mobile Legends or sports like basketball, no? Meron kayong shared interest. Yun yung parang nagbaband sa inyo. Okay? Hindi necessarily na blood related kayo, pero as long as meron kayong shared interest of something, pwede kayong maging isang rational group. Okay? So, again, motivation ng rational group is just rational motivation, no? It's through free will. Okay? Kasi meron kang freedom of who sino yung magiging friends mo, who you want to be friends with. Okay? So, kung feel mo na gusto mong mag-join sa circle of friends na ito kasi alam mong mahilig kang this group loves to draw and you also like to draw. So parang gusto mong mag-join sa friendship na yan. Okay? So, yung organic group, it has less freedom. Okay? Kasi medyo closed siya eh. Tapos, greater yung social conformity. So, once we say social conformity, ito yung pagsunod sa anong mga societal rules. Mga rules ng society. Okay? Ito, merong rules ang bawat society, merong rules at kapag ang isang tao nagfa-follow dyan, it's social conformity. Okay? Nagfa-follow ka na lang. So, for example, sa family nyo, diba, dapat I think meron namang pamilya dito na merong do's and don'ts. Okay? So, dapat, especially pag student ka, siguro, iba sa family nito, dapat by 6 p.m. or 5 p.m. dapat nasa bahay ka na. Okay? Hindi ka malilate ng pag-uwi. Dapat nagko-conform ka na lang. So, less yung freedom. Sa rational group naman, dito, malaki yung freedom, greater freedom. Tapos, nakadepende yung membership nyo, depende sa interest. Okay? So, kapag feel mo na, hindi ko na gusto I don't like basketball na. One day, ayaw mo nang mag-basketball. Even though before, mahilig kang mas basketball. So, kapag ayaw mo na, okay, parang lalayo ka sa group of friends mo na mahilig mag-basketball. Diba? Your friendship, it really just depends on your interest. Okay? So, I think probably most of you naka-experience na nag-friendship over kasi parang nag-iba niya ng taste ng friends mo. May naka-experience siguro sa inyo yan. Okay? Meron naman tayong theory ni Mead. Okay? Mead and the social self. So, yung complete name niya is George Herbert Mead. So, Mead has this theory. So, this is the theory of social self. So, this theory, according kay Mead, states that the self is just a product of social interactions and internalizing the external views along with one's personal view. So, basically, who you are is made up of social interactions, Tapos, plus your own personal view, personal outlook ng buhay. So, yun ang nakakapagbuo sa self mo, kung sino ka. Okay? The self daw is not present at birth. Okay? It is developed over time. Para siyang tabula rasa, Blank slate siya initially, tapos nag-grow siya. So, nagde-develop yan through social experiences. Okay? So, the more you interact with other people, di ba? The more you form yourself. Okay? So, parang by observation, or acting with your friends, your family, your classmates, parang nai-impluwensyahan ka sa pagkatao mo. So, George Mead proposed different stages of self-development. So, first stage is the language stage. Okay? First stage of self-development is language. So, language gives the capacity to express oneself while comprehending what others are conveying. So, kung anong sinasabi nila. Through shared understanding of symbols. So, how can you possibly socially interact with other people kapag wala kang language na nalalaman? Okay? dapat, initially, mayroon kang language na alam, na commonly known ng ibang tao, na, for example, Cebuano, Bisaya, okay? Doon ka lang makakapag-communicate kapag meron kang language. Alam mo yung language na Cebuano or Bisaya. Okay? So, yun talaga ang first stage ng um, self-development. Next stage naman is the play stage. Okay? So, the play stage assumes the roles of others. Okay? It assumes the role of others and internalizing and understanding the perspectives of other people. So, kung ano yung perspektibo ng ibang tao, okay, na-understand mo. Okay, nakasabot ka why they think like that, why they feel like that. Okay, you can understand the perspective of your friend, no? The perspective of your mother. Okay, so siguro na-realize nyo siguro uh, kung kayo lang, no, bakit siguro na nakaka-experience kayo na naaanoy kayo sa parents niyo na dapat mag-aral kang mabuti, ha, huwag kang magbinuang, okay? Huwag kang magbinulakbol, okay? So ikaw siguro probably you feel annoyed, diba? Kasi pabalik-balik. So why do we need to study? Kapoy man mag-study, kapoy man mag-school. So, if you can understand the perspective of your mother or father, your parents, iisipin mo yung side nila. Okay? So, you can understand why, bakit kailangan nilang ipag-aral ka. Okay? Kailangan mong mag-aral. Kasi probably yung experiences nila before, no? Mahirap talaga sila, mahirap yung buhay. Tapos, umangat lang yung buhay nila through education, hard work, di ba? Hindi mo yan maiintindihan kapag hindi mo kinonsider yung perspective nila. Okay? So, yun yung play stage. Sa game stage naman, game stage of self-development, it does not only understand the perspective of others, no, but also the societal rules. Okay? Fina-follow mo na ang societal rules. Okay? Hindi ka lang nakakaintindi ng perspektibo ng ibang tao, nagfa-follow ka rin ng rules ng society. Okay? Kasi, how can you possibly win a game if you're not going to follow the rules of the game? Okay? So, basically, yan lang yung stages of development, of self-development according to me. The first is language, second is play, and the third one is game. So, yung self-down natin, according to me, merong dalawang side. Okay? Two sides of the self. The first side of the self daw is me side of the self. Okay? So, yung me is the product of what the person has learned while interacting with with another people. Okay? And the environment. So, basically, when you interact, kapag nakikipagsalamuha ka na sa ibang tao, no, meron kang nalalearn dyan. Tapos, ito yung produkto sa magiging ikaw. Sa yung me side mo. Okay? Dito nabebelen yung mga learned behaviors, no? Paano ang proper way of communicating someone, diba? Yung attitudes mo and expectations. So, you learn that from interacting with other people, no? Yung mga behaviors and attitudes mo. Tapos, yung me side of the self, ito yung nagfa-follow ng rules. Kasi nga, you learned it from interacting with other people. So, you follow their rules. Okay? Next naman is the I side of the self. Ito yung the part which is unsocialized and spontaneous. So, yung mga impulses nyo, drives nyo, okay? para siyang id, pero hindi siya nagfo-focus ng desires. Okay? Parang unsocialized lang talaga, spontaneous, yung mga kagustuhan niyo, okay, mga drives niyo. So, sa I side of the self, it expresses individualism and creativity. So, yung I side of the self does not blindly follow rules. So, kung si me side of the self, parang nagpa-follow lang siya. Si I self, parang nagdududa siya. Hindi siya nagpa-follow ng rules blindly. Dapat may kaakibat siya na why do you need to do this thing? Dapat may appropriate reason, tamang rason. Okay? So, hindi ka nagpa-follow ng rules blindly. Sway, parang go with the flow ka lang, susway. Okay? So, we are done actually with the sociological aspect of the self. So, next we will go to anthropology. Okay? So, basically, anthropology is just the study of people, both past and present. Okay? So, hindi na natin isasali si future. Kasi, how can you possibly study the future of people? Diba? Hindi pa yan nangyayari. So, anthropology focuses on understanding the cultural aspect of human condition. So, nagpo-focus yan ng culture. Okay? So, it is concerned with the understanding of how human condition, how humans evolve, and how they differ from one another. Okay? So, again, kasi nasa modern society na tayo, modern age na tayo, we will focus about the self in modern anthropology. So, according to Catherine Ewing, no, the self is a parang kinumpare niya into a physical organism. Okay? Physical na organismo possessing psychological functioning and social attributes. Okay? So, meron din tinatawag tayong implicit and explicit aspect of the self. Ito naman ay according kay Joseph Ledoux. Okay? Joseph Ledoux. Itong concepts na ito, yung aspect of the self, comparable siya sa levels of consciousness ni Freud. Okay? Although, comparable siya, parang ang kaibahan ng concept na ito is that the self is maintained and affected biologically, mentally, and socially. So, si Sigmund Freud parang nagpo-focus lang siya sa psychological aspect. Dito, kiniklaim niya na meron ding epekto yung biological at saka yung social. Diba? So, implicit, no? Ito yung not immediately available to the consciousness. So, para siyang if i-compare natin siya kay Sigmund Freud na level of consciousness, parang ito yung pre-conscious or unconscious. Okay? Kasi hindi siya immediately available sa consciousness ng isang tao. Sa explicit naman, ito yung aspect of the self that you are consciously aware of. So, it is comparable parang sa sa conscious level, yung tip of the iceberg. So, ito yung awareness mo sa nangyayari ngayon. Okay? So, according to Catherine Ewing na naman, okay, the self daw is illusory. So, people construct a series of self-representations that are based on selected cultural concepts of person and selected chains of personal memory. So, para kay Ewing, yung self daw natin is based on the parang binubuo siya ng different cultural aspects, yung kultura mo, plus your personal memories. So, your culture plus your personal memories, parang ito yung ipa-plus yan sila, parang nagresulta siya sa kung sino ang magiging ikaw, yung self mo. Okay? So, how individuals see themselves are really deeply defined by culture. Okay? Parang napakalakas talaga ng impluensya ng kultura sa kung sino ang magiging ikaw. Okay? So, since the self is a product of society, then individuals are bound to cultural differences. So, dahil nga iba-iba tayo ng kultura, so meron tayong cultural differences talaga. So, mga norms ninyo, iba-iba talaga yan. Okay? So, the self daw is constructed in two ways. Okay? So, meron tayong independent at saka interdependent constructs. Okay? So, ano bang mga construct? But first of all, let's discuss what a construal is or construct. Construal is just an interpretation of meaning of something. Okay? So, I think yung 'di ba? So yung self for example, yung interpretation kasi ng meaning ng something, diba? So, example sa klase natin, 'di ba? Merong definition ng self sa philosophical perspective, no? Meron silang description what the self is according to philosophical view. Meron ding definition or description of the self according naman kay sociological view. Meron ding according to anthropological view, meron ding psychological view. So, iba-iba yung interpretasyon ng meaning. Okay? So, these constructs, no, to differentiate them. So, independent construct, okay, it's parang yung highlight nito is individualism. So, ito yung separation, distinction, and emphasis on internal attributes, traits, skills, and values. So, ito ay laganap sa mga Western people, Western individuals like North Americans and Europeans. Okay? Highly individualistic sila. Grabe yung, once we say individualistic kasi, yung self-reliant, okay? Tapos yung, ang goals ng tao ay parang, yung gusto nilang i-highlight o i-focus is their kung ano yung personal goals nila. Okay? Parang naka-focus na talaga sila sa kung anong interest nila. Okay? Sa interdependent construct naman, so once we say interdependent to, so ito yung pagiging depende mo na nagdedepende ka sa ibang tao to work effectively. Parang mayroon silang specific role, ikaw din meron kang specific role. So, para maging okay yung flow ng system, no, magko-contribute ka to something, your role. Okay? So, ang highlight naman ng interdependent construct is collectivism. So, dito, sinestress out dito ang essential connection between the individual and other people. So, laganap ito sa Asian cultures, no? East Asians, diba? Kasi, yung goal ng collectivist culture kasi is to achieve the goal of the society or community. So, magfa-follow ka sa kung ano ng role mo sa ano, for example, you are a family of doctor, di ba? So, dahil interdependent ka, gusto mong i-achieve yung goals ng pamilya mo, okay. So, magkukuha ka rin ng medical related na course. No? Kasi ano kayo ka na, may lahi kayo na doktor, so kukuha ka rin ng medicine or nursing, di ba? Para matupad yung ano nyo na you are a family of doctor. Okay? So, according kay Catherine Reeve, culture definitely influences a lot of things. So, Catherine enumerated just 4 things. Okay? Yung most observable. So, first is relationships. Okay? Kasi how does culture influences that? Your relationships. So, some may enter relationships, no, for duty and honor. Others may marry whomever they want. Okay? Itong example sa mga arranged marriage. Okay? So, no, kultura yan yung ano, 'di ba, ng Islamic community ng mga Muslim, 'di ba? Meron silang um, uh, arranged marriage. Tapos magbibigay yung dowry. Okay? So, parang pambayad sa ano, sino bang dapat bayaran yung parents. Okay? So, yun yung relationships. Others naman, especially sa Western, di ba? They have the freedom whoever they want. Tapos, meron din silang divorce. Di ba? So, next naman is personality traits. So, your values may actually differ depending on the culture that ones belong to. So, kung kultura may culture nyo na maging courteous, mag-alang, no? So, kultura nyo ng friends nyo or your family, diba? Magiging ka rin. Yan. So, next naman is achievement. So, achievement is how one defined success is also influenced by culture. Diba? Ang laki talaga ng impluensya ni culture sa atin. Kasi, the definition of achievement actually depends on the culture that you are in. Okay? So, for example, sa Asian culture, diba? Napakalaki yung pride ng mga magulang kapag napagtapos nila ng anak nila as doctor, engineer, diba? So, how we define a success is napaka-influence talaga ng kultura. Okay? Next naman, the last one is expressing emotion. So, how a person shows him or herself depends on the emotion, on the culture that he or she grew up with. So, common example nito is the Filipino culture. Kapag lalaki ka, if you are a man, dapat firm ka daw, hindi ka dapat emotional, di ba? Tapos, sa mga babae naman, dapat mahinhin. Okay, dapat Maria Clara yung dating. Okay? So, talagang napakalaki ng influensya ng kultura sa atin. Okay? Kasi it can influence our relationships, yung personality traits nyo, yung definition nyo of achievement, tapos how you express your emotions. Diba? So, mga boys dyan, pwede naman talaga kayong mag-show ng emotions. Especially kapag hindi na kaya. Okay? So, hindi lang dapat lalaki are stoic, matigas. Okay? You can actually share it. Okay? So, thank you for listening. No, that's all for the sociological and anthropological view of the self. So, next, it's either video or meeting. No, I will discuss about psychological aspect of the self naman. Okay? So, thank you.